President Trump authorizes the military to occupy public land down by the border. DOGE drops a bombshell report, and President Trump weighs in on the daylight savings time debate. Here's the top 5 reasons Trump is trending today. Number 1 reason Trump is trending today: President Donald Trump authorizes the military to occupy and take control of public land along the southern border. This is all about defending our country. President Trump saying in a memo today, our southern border is under attack from a variety of threats. The complexity of the current situation requires that our military take a more direct role in securing our southern border than in the recent past. Now, remember, this is something that President Joe Biden always had the authority to do. He could have done this at any time. We've seen the difference in the border crossings just in the last couple of months since President Donald Trump came into the White House. He completely shut it down. Now he is securing the border. Joe Biden could have done that at any time, chose not to do it, and then lied to you and told you that it was the Republicans' fault why he couldn't shut the border down. He allowed this invasion. Not only do you have criminals that are coming into the country, fentanyl that's coming into the country, terrorists that are coming into the country. This was an 100% treasonous act by the previous administration. There should be people arrested because of what happened down there at the southern border. And President Donald Trump is going to secure that border. He's going to use the military to do it. And you know that the cartels in Mexico are losing billions and billions of dollars by not being able to get their people and their products into this country. And they are not going to give up so easily. President Trump making sure he reinforces that border with our military. And God only knows this is better than what we've been doing, which is protecting the borders of other countries. It's about protecting America's border. President Donald Trump using the military, and we are better for it. Number 2 reason Trump is trending today: a bombshell report by DOGE. Terrorist watch list migrants secured Medicaid after being freed into the country by President Joe Biden. So we're continuing on this path of the treason that happened to this country. Trump's Department of DOGE posting this on X today. Under the Biden administration, it was routine for Border Patrol to admit aliens into the United States with no legal status and minimum screening. So far, CPB identified a subset of 6.3 thousand individuals paroled into the United States just since 2023. Now, despite having no legal status whatsoever, among the 6.3 thousand paroled aliens with criminal or terrorist records, all had a social security number. 905 were collecting Medicaid, including 4 on the terror watch list. $276,000 was paid out. 41 were collecting unemployment insurance, receiving $42,000 in benefits. 22 received federal student loans totaling $280,000. 409 received tax refunds for $751,000. Several received SNAP food stamp benefits. I mean, if this doesn't get your blood boiling, nothing will. These are illegal aliens in the country that are taking taxpayer money, taking advantage of the programs that are available to taxpayers in this country. And look at what has happened. This stuff was allowed to go on under President Joe Biden. They did this intentionally. They did this on purpose to bring these people into this country. It is absolutely sickening, and somebody needs to go to prison for what happened during this last administration. I know the investigations are going to continue, but we need people in handcuffs, we need people convicted, and we need people in prison for what happened in this country. Number 3 reason Trump is trending today: the court sides with President Donald Trump's administration, allowing them to deport this Mahmoud Khalil character that's become a controversy. The U.S. immigration judge in Louisiana has ruled that the Trump administration can proceed with the deportation of the Columbia University activist Mahmoud Khalil, who was arrested in New York City last month. This was the pro-Hamas protester. This was part of this whole thing that happened at Columbia, where they took over the school, they damaged the school, they barricaded themselves into the school, all kinds of activists and stuff like that. They took up this cause. And so this guy has been the center of a lot of controversy. Department of Homeland Security, Kristi Noem, weighed in on this, saying, "It is a privilege to be granted a visa or green card to live and study in the United States of America. When you advocate for violence, glorifying and support terrorists that relish the wiping out of Americans and harass Jewish people, that privilege should be revoked, and you should not be in this country." All right, and so the people, of course, on the left who hate this country as much as Mahmoud Khalil does are begging for him to stay. This guy getting deported. Number 4 reason Trump is trending today: he weighs in on the daylight savings debate, saying today in a post on Truth, the House and Senate should push hard for more daylight at the end of the day. Very popular, and most importantly, no more changing of the clocks. A big inconvenience and, for our government, a very costly event. Donald J. Trump. Now, some people, of course, want to make permanent standard time. Others want the permanent daylight savings time. What say you? I'm going to be honest. For me, I don't have really a horse in the race. I work nights on the railroad, so my time clock is completely skewed no matter what the hell happens. And no matter what it is, I get the same hours of sleep. I sleep 5 hours a day, and that's what I do. And so whatever they decide, standard, daylight, it really has no bearing on myself. So what do you say? You want permanent daylight or do you want permanent standard? I just say no matter what they give you, no matter what time it is, make sure you're getting after it. Number 5 reason Trump is trending today. Trump had his physical exam today. And of course, this became a topic of the news for reporters in Caroline Leavitt's press conference saying, oh, how is the president's health? These are the questions now they're asking. They want to know so badly about the president's health, what kind of condition he's in. And Caroline Leavitt really blasted them, just saying, what happened during the last administration when you knew that this guy, Joe Biden, was mentally incapacitated, and we now see people coming out with books admitting this, people that took part in the cover-up. She called it one of the greatest cover-ups and, frankly, political scandals this nation has ever seen, and she is 1,000% correct. Everybody was in on covering up Joe Biden's cognitive decline, and they told you to not believe your eyes what you saw, that this guy was sharp as a tack. They lied to the American people and covered up. Now, all of a sudden, they're like, oh, how's President Donald Trump's health? President Donald Trump's answered 100 questions at a couple of cabinet meetings. He's answered more questions in his first 100 days than Joe Biden did in 4 years. You see Trump, and Caroline Leavitt was saying, they can't keep up with Trump. This guy's a workhorse. This guy has a complete different work ethic and work level than any other president in history. And they're talking about, oh, well, we're concerned about his health. Get out of here. And by the way, Caroline Leavitt leads her team in a great prayer, giving glory to God, asking Jesus Christ for the words of wisdom right before she goes out to the podium. Really class act, 27 years old, youngest press secretary in the history of the United States, and I would argue the best we've ever had. That's the breakdown I got for you guys on this Friday. Hope you guys enjoyed it. If you like these breakdowns, make sure you follow the podcast so you can hear the top 5 reasons why Trump is trending each and every day.
Trump is trending, he's everywhere. From the news to the cat babies in our air.